If you can draw a circle, you can draw a sphere. And once you understand how light and shadow work, your drawings will just pop off the page. Hey, I'm Michael from Michael Coxon Art, and this is the third in the series, Back to Basics for Beginners. And today we'll turn flat shapes into 3D forms. And at the end I'll use real objects, a matchbox and a cardboard cylinder and a kendama ball. I'll show you what that is in a minute. But we're going to make a real picture out of these three basic forms: the cube, the cylinder and the sphere. Let's dive in. So here we have a square turned into a cube, and it's quite easy to do. You simply draw up the square like so, and then put a dot up there and trace a line through to each corner, and then you do a horizontal line and then a vertical line. You've got a cube in perspective, as a matter of fact. So that's great. Now to make this enhanced, we shade in where the light is least coming from, and then that side panel will be a half tone. So what that means is this part here is on the tone chart that you did the other day. That's around near the darkest area. So that's the dark tone, and then this is the mid tone just here. But they're quite simple, and depending on the light source, of course, it depends where those cubes are. But I would encourage you to do at least a page full of cubes coming from every direction. Now what you need to do is simply add a dot somewhere and draw it to the three corners and just make a different cube. So have the cubes coming up, coming down, all sorts of things. You experiment, and it's very simple, as you can see. That's the basic principle. So you just draw the square, trace a line from the dot, and join those three corners which are facing us, or which we have visual access to, and then the darkest is where the light is least coming from, and then the mid-tone. And you can put in a little bit of shadow as well. Now here we've got a cylinder, and I'm just drawing it in a two-dimensional session. It's a matter of just drawing a square or rectangle, and that becomes a cylinder. But when it's a slight angle, we draw an ellipse, and then a slightly bigger ellipse there, and there's the light source. So that part inside the cylinder will be away from the light, and this other side here is darker. And this is the beauty of form or shading. When you draw it with shading, it immediately makes a two-dimensional thing look real. So they're sitting up off the page, if you like. And draw a shadow as well. That will create that illusion of depth. Now here I've drawn a slightly bigger ellipse, a wider ellipse, and I'd like you to draw the ellipse on in your sketchbook. Draw a page of them like this from all different angles. So the ellipse, when it's wide, will give the illusion of it sort of, we're looking down upon it, put it that way. and if it's a very narrow ellipse, we're looking more or less at it at a side angle. They will have a different light source as well, and where it's not, where its light is not going onto the shadow, onto the light side, it's in shadow, and the outside has got shadow as well. Now here I'm going to draw a circle, and you simply use some of those techniques I showed you in the other video, but you draw a circle and it's just a two-dimensional flat thing. But the moment we start to put some shadow in, it becomes three-dimensional, and it's dependent upon the light once again. So where the light comes from, you saw me put that little arrow down here. We've opposite the light source, we do a bit of a shadow, and even it's the sphere is in perfect perfect form now. So it's great to be able to create like this, and it's just a skill. You learn it. That's all. Quite simple. Now here I'll draw another circle, and I'll have the light source come from a different place. So you start to see that you're dependent upon the light creating the form. So put the light anywhere you want to. When you draw a page of circles, put the light here, there, just put a little arrow just to remind you, and we can have that that working very well just with the shadow and the light. And I'm going to show you another way we can make this absolutely pop, is to use colour in the background. So shade in the background. So we'll draw another circle. I'm using the 4-dot system there, which I showed you in the other video, and you simply trace around each quarter. Right, now we're going to have a light source coming from the left, so the right side of the sphere will be in shadow, and it'll really pop, but even more so when we put in the background shading as well. So where it's light, put the shadow in first, of course. Now you can see I shaded in the area behind the white of the sphere, and it made it stand out even more. So here I'm going to use some real things. There's a matchbox, a paper or a cardboard cylinder, and a ball, and I'll just simply set up a little still life, and I recommend that you do the same with anything in the house. Just look around, get about 3 things, make them overlap, and draw lots and lots and lots of still lifes. So at art school we did this for the first year at least. We did nothing but still life and other things, but still life was paramount, because you set up a still life with starting with 3 things, and you get more complex, and you see, this is when you see things in relation to other things. You work out proportion, you work out you know, which one is further forward, which one is back, etc. So it's a great system for learning. You know, you might think that it's not very exciting, but believe me, you will absolutely be raising your standard very quickly by doing lots of still lifes of these basic shapes. So we, once we're satisfied with the composition, we put heavier lines. Just and what you do with shading is you don't just rush it. Go slowly with shading and build it up. Even though I'm using a 2B pencil here, which could go a lot darker, I want to rush into the design straight away. I just go very slowly because it's easy to make a mistake, and you can't lift it out as well as you can. So by doing this, you'll find it'll work really well. But could I ask you to subscribe to my channel? I want to thank you very much for watching this one, and if you could subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up, it's very supportive to me. And please head over to my channel too. You'll find lots of videos just like this one. So please subscribe and thumbs up and share with your friends and make a comment too. And just by the way, back onto that still life, you see I put a line of the board behind it. It just creates space and depth. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Bye for now.